Hi, my name's Lisa and I live in this tiny 1969 vintage caravan, traveling all around the place and doing a little bit of saxophone busking on the side for a bit of extra income.
She's been doing pretty well, just the occasional cough, but otherwise pretty good.
Where is he? Goes Chewy? Oh yeah, good girl.
Yeah, high five, baby girl. I got Miss Pixie a little booster seat. It lifts her up high. It gives her some height because she used to get a bit anxious in the car, and I'm trying to do everything to reduce any stress and anxiety for her at the moment. And she seems to really like it. She kind of likes being able to sit up and look out the window. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, this is our first drive in it, so we'll see how we go.
You can sit up and look out the window with me. You will love that.
Yeah, hi. You're all strapped in. You got your harness on and you're strapped in, and the seat belt's holding your seat in, so you're all super safe.
You like your seat? You like it? Yeah. I'm going to go for a little drive.
I've got a booster seat too because I'm a shorty and I need a booster seat. I've just got a little booster cushion that I sit on, but actually I got it when I had really bad tailbone pain. I'd fallen on some rocks and smashed my tailbone. My poor tailbone has been smashed so many times, and it's like a coxadynia, I think they call it, when you get pain in your tailbone. Anyway, it's got a little kind of cut out at the back where your tailbone goes, but I've been using it ever since just as a booster seat in the truck because it just lifts me up a little bit so I can see all the way over the bonnet here. Let her run. Let's use up some petrol while we just sit here revving her up. I should have brought my microphone. Dang it. Hopefully you can hear me okay over the truck. I had a really good day yesterday. I actually went busking, had a fun day, and a radio station came around and actually filmed. They were asking questions like they're running a competition with $30,000 worth of travel, and they wanted to know if they could video me and ask me a few questions, and what would you do if you had $30,000 worth of travel money? Which was kind of cool. And then they gave me a Visa gift card as well, just for answering questions and being on film, which was kind of really cool. So there's a few things I've been wanting to get from Bunnings, so I think we might go for a scooch down to Bunnings and get some stuff, some just maintenance repairy type stuff. Like I need some rubber sealant for the back windows because I didn't have enough when I redid all the windows. I didn't have enough to do the back windows, so I want to do that to let any damp air coming through. Some special lubricant for my pump tap because it gets a bit stiff every now and then, and I've got a tube of it, but it's getting down to the end, and I kind of have to use that. Just little bits and bobs like that, like few little things. A rake. I want to get a rake because there's a lot of dead leaves falling around my campsite, and I want to tidy that up. Just a couple of bits and pieces like that. You right, Missy? You want to talk about it too? She's so funny. I should have her more on you because you're being more hilarious. You're just a source of constant entertainment, aren't you? Yes, you are. All right, do you think the truck's warm enough now? I think, no, you stay there, darling. It's your special seat. You'll see. It'll be nice. It's got to be warm. I actually tried to pull ahead just before and it stalled, so I hadn't given it long enough to warm up. It is a bit chilly today, so it's a bit chilly. I should have brought a jumper for you too, but you'll be nice and snuggly in your chair. Okay, let's see if we can drive now. Stay there, Bubba. Stay there. Alright, so far so good. Here we go. Yay. Alright, we're out of here. What do you think? Do you like it? Oh, you can see everything? That's a bit different, isn't it? Yeah. What do you think? I hope this works because I want her to enjoy coming for drives in the truck, but I think, yeah, it's always been a source of anxiety for her. Speed bump there. Go slow. Go, wobble, wobble. What do you reckon? The trick will be when we get out into the main road here, so we'll see how she does. This is a good experiment. Okay. Let's see. People ask me, is it hard driving a left-hand drive? Honestly, the only time it gets hard is when you get like this to a T section, and like my pillar is pretty much in the spot where I'm looking for traffic coming from the right, so I kind of have to crane my neck around and look out the back of the canopy window, which is fine. The only other time driving a left-hand drive is difficult is if I'm overtaking somebody, because obviously if a car in front of you is going really slow and you have to pull out around them, I can't see. Like if I was on that side of the car, I could see if there's oncoming traffic, and when I'm driving this, I can't. But as I've said to people it's the most common question I get, how do you go driving left-hand drive? And I'm like, no problem at all. The only time it's a problem is if I'm overtaking. That very rarely happens because most people are overtaking me. So it's only ever happened once. It was on a very quiet back road to Horsham, and I was stuck behind a really, really slow little van doing like 60 and 100 zone, and I just waited, just pulled right back, because when I'm right back I can see further in front of me, and that's literally the only time in the last 6 years I've had to overtake anybody. Other than that, it's pretty good. And yeah, somebody wanted me to talk more about towing and reversing and all that kind of stuff. Obviously I do have more challenges with that, especially reverse parking into caravan parks, because most of them set their sights up, because ideally you are turning your caravan in on the driver's side, so because you can get better visibility of what your caravan's doing that way. That's nice of them to move over for me. But yeah, so sometimes I have to, when they give you the map and say, oh, your spot's here, I kind of scope it out and think, okay, it might be easier for me to come around from the other way and back it in that way so that I can see my van out the left rather than out the right. It's not too hard. The main thing is, like when you're backing up a caravan, like it's different from backing up just the car, because when you're doing just the car, you turn your wheel to the left and your bum will go to the left, whereas the effect of the fulcrum effect of the caravan is the opposite. So all you're doing is that, and it did take me a while. I have plenty of times when I'm tired and I stuff it up and I'm fluffing around and the truck is overheated because I'm fluffing around with it. A few times in the early days, like some well-meaning man would come up at a caravan park and start giving me instructions, which used to really frustrate me, because I was like, I need to learn how to do this myself, like please don't talk in my ear, because if I just concentrate, then I can work it out. Towards me now. So yeah, one guy was so pushy, he even put his hand through, because the one thing I do is I wind down my windows so I can get really good clearance and see. This one guy put his hand through my window, my side window, and like grabbed the steering wheel off me and was like directing my, I got so mad. I'm like, dude, I can do this myself, like seriously. So what you just do is you just like, I pull into the spot, I know at kind of what angle I have to go in, and then I just sit still for a minute. If you've got music on, turn your music off, just be still your mind, and then I'm basically just thinking for a minute. Okay, what do I got to do? Okay, I need my butt to go to the caravan butt to go to the left. I need to pull my steering wheel to the right. I just think to myself, opposite, 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 because that's all it is. Opposite, opposite, opposite. Yeah, so you pull your steering wheel to the right, your butt of the caravan will go to the left. And little movements, like don't pull it all the way left or all the way right, because for starters, there's a delayed reaction. Like once you put it into reverse, there will be a delay between what you're doing at the steering wheel and what happens down the end of your whole rig. So that's a bit of a challenge. Now I've got to think, where am I going? Oh yeah, I know where I'm going. I've got to concentrate on the road a little bit here. Also got to check my speed because my speedometer is in miles per hour, so I know in my head now that 35 is about 60, so I'll pretty much stick to that. I will probably move over once this guy gets out of my way because it's better for me to be over there. So we'll be turning right at some stage. Yeah, so and then you just take your time. Like nobody expects you to get it right first go. When I do get it right first go, I get so happy and excited, and I've had like people clapping and cheering outside caravan parks, like because they're so impressed that I nailed it first go. They're like, oh my god, like especially because if you're a woman, like the dudes, they don't expect that. They don't expect that a girl knows how to reverse a caravan, like they underestimate you. But if you don't get it right first go and you fluff around a bit and it takes you a while, nobody cares. Like the thing is just don't worry about all the people looking at you. Like who cares? It's not a big deal. People will be really helpful if you're a woman on your own and you want help. Trust me, there'll be plenty of helpful men to come and tell you what to do. I just like camping out in remote areas where there's no tight spots to back into. Like caravan parks, you got to jack it at a right angle, and there'll be a caravan right in front of you and caravans right beside you, and it's stressful. It's been stressful for me, even though I'm pretty good at it now. But out in the country, it's usually like, oh, just pull in any way you like. You can usually stay hitched up. You don't have to unhitch. Like some of them you have to unhitch just to be able to fit on the site, which is annoying. So I prefer like showgrounds and free camping spots where you just pull in and stay hitched up and there's no fluffing around with backing up. I do struggle with the brain power it takes to back up when I've been driving all day and I'm on a big road trip and I'm just exhausted, so but luckily that I just don't stay at caravan parks when I'm road tripping most of the time. I'm just trying to avoid them because they're just bloody expensive, and two, because I can't bother doing the whole and then once you've got it all set up, you've probably seen me. If you go back into some of my earlier videos, I do show the routine of what it takes to get into a campsite and set up and unhitch and wind my stabilizer legs down and attach my power cords and attach my drain hoses and blah 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 blah. Like it's a rigmarole, and I'm very, very fussy about me being 100% level. Like I do have little ramps that I'll use if one side's slightly uneven. I'll use these leveling ramps to make sure my rig is like perfectly level, and I've got spirit levels checking the levels and everything. So yeah, but just don't be daunted by it, like just like everything. Like the number one question I get as a woman on my own traveling, and I see it in comments on other van lifers videos too, like, isn't it dangerous, aren't you afraid, blah 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 blah. Like imagine being so limited by that sense of fear that you wouldn't try something new. Like that's just never been my philosophy in life. Like I will never let fear limit me from trying anything, well, except for some really stupid things obviously. But we're just as capable as a dude. We can learn. If they can learn, we can learn, like just it's kind of fun, and the sense of accomplishment that you get, like when you've done it and it's good, you're just like, oh wow, I just achieved something and I'm proud of myself. And that's very it really increases your self-esteem when you try something that isn't necessarily easy. And that's why I like this lifestyle. I think I like this lifestyle because it's not easy, and sometimes if life is too easy, like staying in a house where the hot water just comes out of a tap and the toilet and shower's right there and your washing machine's right there, and it's almost just like, I don't know, I felt like it was, I enjoy the challenge. I like the challenge of living life a little bit more the way it probably used to be, you know, rather than just it being just easy. Yeah, it's the sense of accomplishment that I get, and the reward for making it a little bit more challenging is kind of what's helped me grow in confidence and self-esteem, and that's what I would hope for you guys.
Oh, good girl, Pixie. Good girl.
Here we go. Good girl, Pixie, being very patient while we wait at Bunnings. Yes, you're being very good. All right, that's us done. We got our bits and bobs, and now we're going to head home. I just boiled up and mashed up some pumpkin for Pixie's food and kept the seeds aside to dry because I'm a seed saver. And I thought I'd show you this huge collection of Pixie's current supplements that I've been adding to her feed, and also gelatin powder as well, because it's good for collagen and all sorts of amino acids in it that are good for the gut and hopefully her lungs as well. So we're doing all we can. So today is very much food preparation day in my caravan. There's Pixie's for the next few days fresh, those ones to be frozen. I also grabbed another couple of these rolled pork loin roasts because they're on special again, $7.49 a kilo, so that's $10.50, and that's about 4 or 5 days. And what I do is I chop them up into chunks like that, slice them into steaks, and then I cut them into chunks because they cook quicker in the air fryer that way, and they just come out so bloody delicious. And I've got 3 that I've put into this container for the next few days for me, and then the other 2 that I got out of that other roll, I've cut them up and bagged them and put them in the freezer as well. So I've got enough food basically to last me for the next couple of weeks here, and I mean $20 for that, and you know, my eggs cost about $10 for a dozen. And this delicious organic yogurt that I've been getting for Pixie, she has a tablespoon, or not a tablespoon, she has a teaspoon in her food, and I've actually been having some of it myself after dinner. So at the moment I'm probably spending about $10 a day on food, so $70 a week. I think that's pretty good. This is the very complicated but so far so good diet that Pixie's on. Chicken necks in the morning, 2 chicken necks in the morning, and then in the evening I'm still giving her some of the Hills prescription, but very small amount, just as we're sort of transitioning. And in amongst that she's got a teaspoon of gelatin and a teaspoon of the slippery elm powder, and 4 drops of this, which somebody suggested mullein. It was good for coughs. This has actually got mullein and a bunch of other herbal things in it. There you go, it tells you. Where is it? Ingredients. Mullein leaves, flowers and tops, marshmallow root, skullcap, ginger root, echinacea, and thuya. She's having some of that every day with her dinner. A couple of drops of propolis extract, a couple of drops of licorice root extract, and bioquercetin, because that's meant to be good too. And we've managed to successfully get her onto sardines, she loves, and she has a teaspoon of organic yogurt and a teaspoon of boiled up pumpkin, which I'm going to mix into this disgusting looking feed, but she's loving it. Her poops are beautiful and healthy, so I think eventually the goal is to wean off those Hills completely, the prescription dry food that's mixed in there, and see how we go. But so far she's really enjoying this. She gets super excited about it, so that makes me so happy. It looks like vomit. It's disgusting, but to her it's the best thing ever.
You want dinner? You excited about your dinner? Oh yes, please. Oh yes, please. There you go, my angel. Enjoy.
during the day I've got the window, the kitchen window and the screen door open all day and just letting as much airflow through as possible. But I am running, during the day I'm running the dehumidifier because humidity is quite high. I hadn't actually, well, because I've had everything open and it looks like it's going to rain, the humidity, I do have a humidity gauge up here on my wall there. It tells me that currently the humidity in here is 75. That's too high. We need to bring that down to around 60 to apparently 45 to 55 is ideal for humans. So yeah, we're at 16 degrees in here at the moment because everything's open up, and I'm quite happy with the fresh air, so that doesn't bother me. And then obviously after I've cooked, because I've got my my pork, chopped up pork bits in the air fryer at the moment cooking as well. So yeah, and I'm running a little, it's only a little baby, that's the air purifier that I've got, and I've actually ordered some more filters for that. It's quite funny because when it was really dry during the summer months, it was very, very dry, and I was actually running a humidifier at that point. Now it's, you know, more moisture in the air, and I'm running a dehumidifier. And somebody was asking about on another I forget, another comment somewhere about, you know, what do you do when you get moisture in your van. This little thing has been really great. Like, it's got, oh, you can see it's collected a little bit of water while I've been out, so there's definitely moisture in the air. And it does run on a normal plug, but you can run it off the Bluetti. I can even run it off the little Bluetti power pack that I've got, because it's only, what is it, how many watts? It's super low, 22.5 watts, so hardly anything. So it doesn't use a lot of power. And then yeah, you just press the button on the top and it does light up, but at night if you press the button twice the light goes off. So I find that I don't really need it if I've got the heater going. Like if at night I've got the heater on the rooftop, it dries out the air quite well, and I don't really run that at night. I only really need to run it during the day when I've got the whole van open up and the humid air is coming in. So I tell you, it's like it's all systems go here, constantly monitoring temperature, humidity, and once my food is cooked and everything, because I'm having to cook inside, which I normally prefer to cook outside, but like when it's cold and windy and yucky, it's just nice and easy as long as the van's all open up and I'm kind of letting flow through. I hope that it doesn't get too stinky in here, but that's why I leave it open all day during the day and only close it up. And even at night I still leave the kitchen window open because I think some fresh air coming in is good and healthy. Anyway, I'll show you what I got at Bunnings. Got a few important things that I needed. I got a big roll of seal, window seal. That's for the back window here, which like I said, it was when I sealed all the windows, I didn't actually have enough of this left over to do the back window, and oh my gosh, did I know it when I was going through that crazy red dirt back road from Wilcannia, the red dusty bumpy road. Unfortunately, I mean, that fine red dust, it just works its way in, and it did actually come in through the back window, and I ended up having to clean everything in the back half. Red dust is not a good thing, and I'm always looking to seal everything up. So this is, I hope that's about the right size. I think that was about right. I think that's the same one I had last time. That was an essential. I also got some more Hydro Seal, which is just like a paste sort of silicone stuff that I put on the shaft of the pump tap, because it gets a bit hard for me to pump sometimes. It takes quite a bit of effort, and this is like a lubricating water seal that supposedly is safe. Like, I wouldn't drink the water from that tap. Pixie and I don't drink the water from that tap because I don't trust it. The other thing I got was some more little clips for the fly screen clips, because they break all the time. I'm constantly replacing them, and I was down to my last one. So a pack of 8 of those. They're always good to have for emergencies. It's a good idea. And the other thing I got, which was just a random piece of wood that was sitting on a shelf, and I said to the guy, like, how much is this piece of wood? It's got, and it's an offcut. And he says, oh, it'll probably just be $1, you know. And I got that because where my Bluetti sits up on, I made a shelf up the front for the Bluetti to sit on. And it's pretty sturdy there, but normally when I've traveled, I've put the Bluetti down on the ground here in front of my cupboards above the wheel arch. But the wiring for the DC charger and the solar panels and everything is all up the front of the van, so it's better to have the Bluetti up the front there. So I just thought just having a piece of wood on the shelf, like so the Bluetti can't move forward basically when I'm traveling, that's to keep it still. So anyway, that was my little Bunnings, you know, just little bits and bobs, maintenance and stuff to keep the van functioning. And it was like, I don't know, $27 or something, but it was good. So Pixie and I got to have a little outing, and the truck was running great, everything is good. I haven't heard from my mechanic about the extra springs for the rear springs and the oil catcher for the air filter. Last time I had seen him, I had paid for the parts when he installed the solar trickle charger for the battery, and he said, oh yeah, it you know, they should be here next week and bring it back. And I'd given him money for the parts already, like a couple $100 for the springs and stuff, and then I just have to pay him for whatever it is to install them and for the oil catcher can thing. Anyway, it's been more than that. It's been almost 2 weeks now, and so I tried calling him today and it just went to voicemail. So I'm a bit worried because I know his dad, he's got an elderly dad that's been in and out of hospital and had a few falls, and he's been, you know, going to see his dad every day, and his dad apparently used to come into the workshop all the time, and you know, he's been a big part of his life. So I've got this awful feeling that something's happened to his dad, and that's why he's not at work, and that's why he hasn't called me. So anyway, that's fine. I'm not, you know, it's no urgency for those things to be done, and I just hope that he's okay and his dad's okay. I do worry because we talk about it a lot, and I know it's been something that's been really affecting him. It's been really hard on him to watch his dad kind of deteriorate, and apparently he has a bit of dementia, and he's sort of starting to get really angry at the nurses, and he's been a bit difficult. So Rod, if you're watching this, you know, I hope you're okay. I'm thinking about you, and yeah, I know this must be really tough for you, but you know, I have plenty of time, and I really only just wanted to get it done now just because I knew that he needed the extra work too, because he's been struggling a little bit, having so much time off. So he's a really good mechanic, and you know, I needed to get this stuff done, so he's been really reasonable with me. Anyway, that's it from us. Really pretty boring week, apart from the fact that I did go busking yesterday and I had a really, really good time. To have people dancing and singing along, just, it makes my day. Like, I just feel like it's just such a positive interaction that I have with people, that I try to get out. You know, I try to get out at least once a week, but I haven't really been. There are some days when I struggle to get out there, and even after, like, you know, a couple of hours, I do find that my wrist gets a bit sore, my neck gets a bit sore. Like, I feel the pain, and I know that I can't push myself in that regard, but it's so worth it for the positive interactions with humans, which I just makes me so happy to see what I'm doing. The energy I put out there makes other people so happy, and that brings me a lot of joy. So anyway, I love you guys, and that's pretty much it for me. If anything else interesting happens, I will let you know, but otherwise, that's it from me. Until next time, see ya.